It's Friday, January 10th. You're listening to Your Florida Daily. I'm Katrina Scales. A Florida doctor has been charged with allegedly forcing young girls to send him sexually explicit photos and urging them to hurt themselves, leading to at least one child's death. Federal prosecutors said Stefan Leedy of St. Petersburg is accused of using an online profile to prey on at least 10 children for years. The Justice Department said Leedy messaged and video chatted with the victims and allegedly convinced them to, quote, cut, choke, and hang themselves. One of the victims, a 13-year-old girl, was found dead in her bathroom after taking her own life in November 2021. Prosecutors say a search of her phone later uncovered sexually charged chats with Leedy. Records show the 59-year-old had been practicing palliative care in Florida since 1991. He faces a maximum penalty of life in prison if convicted on all counts. The state of Florida is suing a medical group over a costly mistake the state says it made during the height of the COVID pandemic. According to the lawsuit, Florida's Division of Emergency Management made a deal in 2021 with Trinity Healthcare Services to register people for COVID-19 vaccinations. They meant to pay Trinity about $50,500. Instead, they sent Trinity over $5 million. Records show Trinity sent Florida an invoice with the correct amount. But because of some clerical error, a decimal point misplaced, the state forked over more than 10 times the invoice amount. It appears, according to the lawsuit, that the error wasn't caught until the summer of 2024. The complaint shows the state argues Trinity, as a contractor, took advantage of the COVID emergency and was required to return any overpayments of invoices for work not actually performed. In a separate, though potentially related investigation, the CEO of Trinity Healthcare Services, Sheila Sherfilis McCormick, is accused of funneling money from her business to fund her campaign for Congress in 2021, which she later won. The House Ethics Commission claims she may have violated campaign finance laws. Congresswoman Sherfilis McCormick represents areas of Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach. And a delay for the maiden voyage of Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket from Florida's Space Coast. Weather is forcing the company to push back the launch attempt because of what they call a high sea state in the Atlantic, where the booster is set to land. The 3-hour launch window is set to open at 1 a.m. on Sunday. Find these top stories along with breaking news, weather, and traffic all day on clickorlando.com. And now a completely random Florida fact. The first Red Lobster restaurant was built on Memorial Boulevard in Lakeland back in 1968, thanks to the efforts of local restaurateur Charles Woodsby. According to the Lakeland Ledger, Woodsby and his family ran the restaurant on the property, though after Red Lobster was acquired by General Mills, the building later changed hands. It was a nightclub and then a small restaurant, and today it's a fishing supply store. One of the restaurant's old bar tops is actually still sitting out back, along with the old Red Lobster cooler storage room and signature lighthouse. They can all still be found behind the store. Your Florida Daily is produced by News 6 WKMG in Orlando. I'm Katrina Scales. Subscribe for new episodes wherever you like to listen.